What's up everybody, welcome back to the TRCBY show. Today we are doing another Excel video, and this time it is going to be a very simple how to update your existing dashboard with new sets of data. So in Excel, like most things, there are many ways to do the exact same thing but just in a different fashion. So I am going to keep it very simple. We're going to copy and paste data. So copy and pasting works. It's old school. It's very simplistic. You could teach any data entry level analyst or just a very non-Excel or beginner Excel user how to copy and paste, and they should be able to understand the function and the methodology of it. So right here I created three very simple graphs displaying January set of data in a pivot and added these bar graphs into it. So how do you know that the data is linked to this January set of data? Well, if you click on any one of these pivot tables and you go to your pivot table analysis here, or analyze, and you could actually take a look and see change your data source would be one. So if you click on the change data source, it will bring you up to this tab here, as you can see highlighted. It says it sheet is January and my range is from A1 all the way down to K and all the way down to the 11,159 row. So that is just a summary of my data. So I'm going to hit cancel. I just want to show you guys that. So that is my range of data. So one of the things I do like about converting your range data into a table is the benefit of it auto expanding, but yet still keeping that relation between what you use for your pivot source and your data. So let's go ahead and show you guys what that is all about. So I am going to, as you can see now, this is, I call it kind of a flat data. That's just my terminology, but it's a range. So if you go into your insert, click on table, it's going to highlight all of your table into here. And yeah, this is my table, and I am going to click OK. So I could rename it either table 1, January, Jan, whatever it is that I want to do, or just call it data. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to leave it as table 1 for now. So now I'm going to go back to, let's say I just received my February data. Like, alright, so my February data just came in. So as you can see, this is my account, random account posting dates, and they're all February. So I know that my headers are the same. So I'm just going to highlight all of it and hit copy. So how I did that was, let's start over for those who don't know. So if I go down to A2, I hold down shift and control, and I'm going to do my right arrow, which will bring me back all the way to the end of the right before a break, which is here, which is L, a blank or a break line. And while holding control shift, I'm just going to press the down arrow. And since I'm holding control, I could release the shift and just do a control C to copy, and you'll see this lasso effect happening around here. So if you go into my January data, and again I could hold down control and arrow down, it'll bring me down to the bottom of it. So if I go underneath it here and I just hit control V or paste, it should bump down my table. So if I go control V, and there you go. So you see that it also formatted my table to extend all the way down to the very end, and we'll do a control arrow down, and then you can see that as well too. So now it's still part of my table 1, for example. So if I go back to my dashboard that was only set for the data of January, I go to my data, I click on refresh. Now I have February data in the mix as well too, and that is a very quick and easy way of updating data sets or updating your dashboard. We're going to skip March because it's very similar to February, but let's just say, and same thing with the more random data set. But with this, I have a whole boatload more rows. I have over 53,000 rows, while my January data, I have only 2,200. Let's say I was given this huge amount of data and it was dumped, and say, all right, add this to your dashboard, see what happens. It may not look pretty, but let's take a look. So you know what, since my header is all the same, and you want to make sure that the header is the same as well too as your data, because that's very important in terms of data integrity. You want to make sure that everything is equal when you're pasting data, so that way you don't have a shift in data and the data set that you're mapping it or inserting it to or penning to makes sense. So you know what, I'm going to copy all of it, and I'll just start here. I'll just paste. Now it just pastes all of my data, and it should also be converted into the table, and it has by this design that you're seeing on the table design. So if I go back to my dashboard and just click on my data, refresh my data, and now I have a whole boatload of additional data added to my dashboard. And that is the quick and simple way of updating pre-existing dashboard data with new, either weekly, monthly, whatever the data set that you have, into your dashboard that you already pre-built, that you may have a standardized format to share with either your business practice or team or department already. So you keep the format the same, but the data just keeps getting updated. So there's, again, many different ways of updating data in Excel. Copy and paste into a table is the quick and easy way. I would say it's a very beginner level, anybody could do it. It takes very little bit of time, and all you need to understand is that you just change your data set from a range into a table, and you're pretty much set. And that is it. So let me know what you guys think, and yeah, peace.